Hello, welcome to Christy TV, the straight talking YouTube channel. Bringing to you today one of the finest gypsy fighters ever. One of gypsy's finest fighters, one of Britain's finest fighters. Never to be world champion. Born in 1968. I'm going to keep you on tenterhooks just a little bit. I quite enjoy doing that. In Leeds. Can we guess who it is at this stage? Born 1968, made his professional debut in 1989. Operated in the middleweight and super middleweight division with vast predominance. Yeah, very, very tough man. Have we got him yet? Yes, made his debut. Challenged for the world title 3 times. Yes, he was a British, Commonwealth and European champion, rightfully so. When he won the European title, he beat 2 very good champions in Vincenzo Nordiello and Mauro Galvani, and he challenged for the top of the tree, rightfully so, because there was nowhere else to go. Of course, it was no alias, just good old plain Henry Wharton, no gypsy. Henry Wharton, English only gypsy, yeah, resides now in York. Come from, as I said, born in Leeds. Now, Henry, great fighter, tough man. Many people have mentioned, why have you not covered Henry? Well, I don't know Henry, but I know of him, of course. Good fan of his, why wouldn't we be? Good, solid, all-round British fighter. But anything in common with Henry? Yeah, well, both fighters and both English Romany travellers that much. He did box one of my mates, beat on points, Mick Aubrey, an old mate of mine from Southend. If you're listening, Mick, hello. And had a draw with Louis Gent. Louis Gent, one of my had a couple of good fights with one of my sparring partners, Georgie Karma. So not much in had a draw that one he did with Louis Gent. Good fight with Louis Gent, Londoner. So people will sort of knew a bit. He boxed. That's about much in common. Plays a bit of golf. That much we got in common. Likes a bit of golf, like myself.
I think it's relaxing. The challenge is something I can't do, so I really want to do it. You know, you get a good shot, like if it's there.
I'm told he's a lovely, lovely man. Well, let's focus on his fight career. Yeah, made his debut at 89 against Dean Murray. I think it was a 3rd round TKO, and it went up. He had a great ratio record. He had about a 68% knockout record. Very tough, rounded, forward fighter.
So halfway through round 3, and Roy and Hammond might have been having a reasonable spell, but suddenly tagged by a lovely left hook by Henry Wharton. More to come. And that was the one. Beautiful.
Wouldn't come in aggressively, recklessly, come in, you know, knowledgeably, but was an aggressive forward fighter, a very tough man with a big punch. As I said, he cleaned up in the domestic level in terms of Commonwealth, British and European. And I'll go back again, Mauro Galvani was a very hard man, Italian I believe, and Vincenzo Nordiello I think was also Italian. But very good fighters, and he made quite light work of them. He'd done them fighters with ease, so there's nowhere to go except world title level. He's given an opportunity against Nigel Benn. Now Nigel Benn was a British fighter, as we know. Now many people said about Benn and Eubank, certainly about Eubank, he wouldn't be the top Americans. But for me, on the form book, Eubank was better than Benn. But let's look at Nigel Benn. Doug DeWitt, great fighter. Nigel Benn done the business on him. Myron Barkley, great fighter. Nigel Benn done the business on him. Gerald McClellan, great fighter. Again, Nigel Benn done the business on him, albeit without sad circumstances on that fight. But anyway, the business was done by Nigel Benn. So you've got to put Benn and Eubank, no doubt, they're doing right amongst the top Americans, the top leading fighters in the world. And I always believed if Eubank had taken them on, he would have beaten them anyway. They just had this built-in thing before he hurt Michael Watson, and this built-in way of winning. Fantastic fighter. So his first world title chance, Henry Wharton come up against Nigel Benn, and as I said, he's done the business on these guys, you know, the Americans. So this is how good a fighter he is, and how good is Henry Wharton? Well, I'll tell you now, Henry Wharton lost on all 3 judges' scorecards, but that was a very, very close fight. I think one of the judges had it by 1 or 2.
Sokkal szebb volt és hatékonyabb benfelütése. Fickó, de érdemes megfigyelni az ütésnél, hogy tényleg szinte minden kina megfeszül. Wharton következik. Valami miatt ide került Henry Wharton.
And the second chance 10 months later against Chris Eubank. Yeah, just to me the best fighter of all out there. I think he would have beaten the Americans, as I said. Had he taken them on, of course he beat some Americans, but I mean the top ones, I really believe he was that good before he hurt and damaged Michael Watson. I believe he just found a way to win that Warrior. But Wharton went up against him again, a very tough prime Eubank, and Henry had given a great account of himself again, losing by sort of 3-4 rounds on the judges' scorecard. Never once in.
So Eubank there characteristically raising his arms.
Going down. Yeah, fantastic. And post these fights, he had them good wins against, as I said, Galvano and Nordiella, and he rightfully got his second chance against Reid. Another great fighter, Reid. Really good fighter, champion of the world. And Henry this time lost the split decision. One of the judges didn't give it to, scored it even, a split decision. So that was a career never ever in danger of getting stopped. A real hard man, a real gentle man, I'm told. And yeah, so it's my tribute to keep you in focus. I'm now told he's opened Henry's gym. In fact, he come down to London a while back to York. He cornered a young man who was taking on young Josh Rankin in a good fight. So he's very active. I have some good fighters, I'm told. And as I'm told, he's a gentleman. I'd actually like to meet him on one occasion, or someday, without doubt. Henry, if you're out there, maybe a game of golf and a glass, and we'll have a natter about this game, and but we'll maybe play a bit of this game. Maybe the only rounds we'll do is some of this, and maybe this. Yeah, if you're out there listening. But a tribute, but back to the story of one of Britain's hardest, toughest gypsy men, without any shadow of a doubt. And if he hadn't had the great, brilliant Chris Eubank or Nigel Benn in his path, he would have been world champion. Any other era, yeah, go forward some years, come back some years, champion of the world, no trouble. But he cleaned up in every other aspect: Commonwealth, British, European, never hit the floor, tough man, a good, decent man, a lovely person, I'm told. Just can't praise you enough, mate. Yeah, one of the great warriors out there. There was an incident in 2012, I think it was. It makes me laugh a little bit. He was attacked, supposedly by the press, with 3 fellow Romany gypsies with a machete. And when reporters and the police asked, he just said, "Oh no, he's playing a football match. He got hit by the bumper of a car, went to the floor and hurt himself falling at football." And that was the end of the matter. No further proceedings. What happened and how it happened is not my business amongst other fellow Romanis, and I just hope they've rectified it and put it to bed now. But it just seems like a staunch man all the way. So yeah, brought to you one of Britain's toughest gypsy fighters, and one of Britain's toughest fighters. Not just because he's a gypsy, he's of course the British first and then a gypsy. It all goes together, if you like, or the other way around. It's all level, right? But one of Britain's greatest fighters, not to win the world title, and one of Gypsy's greatest fighters, no doubt about it. Tribute to you, Henry. If you watch it, give us a thumb up, and look out maybe that round of golf at some point. All the best, and in the meantime,